Hello, I'm Steve Kaufman, founder of Self-Revealization Acceptance. Today's lesson is I am astonished. We'll begin the lesson with a brief Self-Revealization Acceptance reality facilitation to get you into the mood. I am astonished. I am astonished at the amazing things that I have done in my life. And I know that as I go forward, ever more great accomplishment will be with me. In all of my endeavors, I am successful, and I am astonished that I am able to get these things done without any difficulty, all with ease and grace, and all based on the idea that I am the creator of my own universe, and I live my life by my divine and earthly right to live in joy and freedom. The creative power of the universe reveals to me all that I need to know. The spirit of the thing itself of my desires manifests in the accomplishments that I create. And for this, I am eternally grateful. I acknowledge the source of all of my wisdom and intelligence, and I look forward to ever greater and greater accomplishment. I am astonished. I am astonished. When I look at some of the things that I have accomplished, it amazes me, and going out to repeat what I just said in the SRA itself, that I have been able to write all the books that I have written, practice the martial arts for as many years as I have, mastered my music to the extent that I have, and I continue to go. And what is even more astonishing, and I'm going to lay on this word, is that every time I look at something and I say to myself, you know, I'm going to accomplish something with that, I don't become self-complacent. I don't become arrogant or egotistical with my astonishment. I am just astonished that I am able to bring all of this about. And the same thing goes for everyone here. If you see something that you have done, don't just look at it and say, wow, look what I did. Wow, that's pretty cool. Moving right along. That's a very, very limiting perspective. When I look at something I have done, for example, the two books that are used in my teaching of self-realization acceptance, one, the introduction to your divine and earthly right to live in joy and freedom, and the other, practicing self-realization acceptance, 52 weekly ascensions to empower your life. And these are the books, and you should have them and you should read them. And though it sounds like, yes, I'm selling books, I'm selling the teaching, if you will, and I'm giving it to you so that you can enhance and empower your own life. Self-realization acceptance, your divine and earthly right to live in joy and freedom. Practicing self-realization acceptance, 52 weekly ascensions to empower your life. The books are available at hanshi.com/books. You can also find out more about self-realization acceptance by going to selfrevealization.wordpress.com, selfrevealization.weebly.com. And that takes care of the commercial. Let's get into the lesson more. What happens is most people look at their lives and say, I'm not doing anything that great. Well, the fact is that anything that you are doing, including telling yourself that everything you're doing is not great, is great. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the universe does not care what you think. The universe will only deliver what you tell it to deliver. You must be direct and you must be focused with it. You can't just say, well, this is pretty good. I think I'll do a little more. Okay, so that's one way to approach it. But if you say to yourself, I will astonish myself by the magnificence of the creation that I produce over here. I'm not talking about running around in the street. Hey, I'm astonished. Hey, I'm astonished. Because you'll end up looking like they'll have to throw a net over you. I'm talking about your own self-development. I'm talking about your soul. I'm talking about you as the divine emanation of the creative power of the universe, which is an astonishment in and of itself. And you have to see yourself as this. So therefore, you are astonishing. And you are astonished. And you continue to astonish. And you maintain the perspective by not becoming arrogant, not becoming full of yourself, no hubris, no demeaning, destructive mentality to take place in your psyche, in your life, in any way, shape, or form. So yes, I'm astonished that a friend of mine will call me and say, we're going out on the boat today. Thank you for thinking of me. We're going to the gardens today. Thank you for thinking of me. And when I get there and I see these things, it's astonishing to me that I can enjoy them to the level that I enjoy them. And by telling myself to be astonished by these things opens up new channels of understanding, opens up new channels of perspective, new channels of enjoyment, new channels of pleasure. And if you're living your life by your divine and earthly right to live in joy and freedom, you should expect pleasure. The more pleasure you absorb into your body and your mind and your spirit, the more pleasure you can give to others. Now, pleasure can take any form you want it to take. It could take compassion towards another human being. That's an astonishment. You can find ways to feed people that are hungry. And that's an astonishment when it is revealed to you the methods that you have to use or should use to get these things accomplished. I'm going to write a great book. Well, it's an astonishment to watch the words flow and see them come to life on the screen. Everything you do in your life should give you ultimate pleasure. If it is not giving you pleasure, well, there's a way for you to be astonished as to how come it's not working. This is amazing. Everything I'm doing everything right. Nothing's happening. This is astonishing to me. That's one perspective. Everything I touch turns to gold. Everything I do is a magnificent expression of my divine and earthly right to live in joy and freedom. That's an astonishment. Keep these things in mind as you proceed with your endeavors, and you're going to find that everything you're doing is working to your advantage. When you are focused on what you're doing and willing it to happen, not using willpower, you know where my position on willpower is at this point. And if you don't, I'll just briefly tell you. Willpower only works the first few times you use it, and then you have to constantly focus on it and keep regenerating yourself. This leads to strain, anxiety, tension, and in one way or another, failure. But willing something to happen based on you wanting to experience a greatness, a new unfolding, an astonishing new aspect of yourself. This is what you want. Look, if you like what I'm talking about, and if you think what I'm saying is of value to you, click subscribe, click like. Any comments you have, write them down. I'll address any question that you send me. If you don't like what I'm talking about, click don't like. Tell me why you don't like it. Let's see if we can't come to some sort of an astonishing level of understanding that works for both of us. You want to get in touch with me? Self-Revealization@gmail.com. SELF-REVEALIZATION@gmail.com. Again, the books. Got to pitch them. What's how you're going to know about them if you don't know about them? Ah, that's an interesting thing. Self-realization, acceptance, your divine and earthly right to live in joy and freedom, an introduction to the entire reality facilitation system that I have created and developed, based on the astonishing realizations of the creative power of the universe in me, as me, and through me. And book 2, practicing self-realization acceptance, 52 weekly ascensions to empower your life. Send me your email address. Go to Hanshi.com and click on connect. Give me your email address. I'll put you on the email listing. Now, there are any number of different emails coming out at you. Self-realization, Sword in the Boardroom, the Book of 5 Rings, a new book coming out based on the teachings of self-realization acceptance is called Taikido, Taikido, the moving exercises of self-realization acceptance. Any questions? selfrealization@gmail.com. Any comments? Let me have them. Whatever you got to say, I'm here for you. We will also be starting additional classes for specifics in developing self-realization acceptance, reality facilitation. Okay, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.